Hello everyone, this is Bloody Bananas. Welcome to a new video. In this video I want to showcase a team that's technically triple non-XL, but then again my Kindra is actually XL Kindra. It's level 42. This is actually the first Kindra I've ever built. So I decided, I didn't have a Kindra before this season, so I decided to build a good one. So this Kindra is actually XL, but it's only level 42, and you can definitely play this team without XL Kindra. But yeah, so I call this team triple non-XL, and it's been doing really well for me. So you have a Swampert lead, and then you have a Gallade and Kindra in the back as safe swaps. So generally I like to use Kindra as the safe swap, but sometimes in some occasions I will go into my Gallade as the safe swap. But yeah, and also you notice that you're double weak to charm in the back. So if you think they have a charm user in the back, a lot of times you do have to aggressively swap to bait out that charmer, and hopefully that your Swampert can handle that charmer. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the battles. I'm gonna cover a lot of battles. This team did really well for me. I think I went up around I was trying to like go different kind of teams. After my last video I was trying to like Blaziken, and it wasn't working really well, so I tanked quite a bit, and then I used this team to climb around like 200 points just over 2 days. So it's definitely, it works really well against a lot of Pokemon in the meta. It's definitely really good, even against the XLs. So here we were against an A9 lead. A lot of Ninetales leads are generally pretty tough, but it's not the worst. It all depends on who gets the extra fast move through. Whoever gets a fast move will win that matchup. So if no one gets a fast move through, then Swampert will win because you win the CMP ties. So I generally just stay in, and also your backmon is not that great against all Ninetales, right? So here, they made a really sack swap earlier, but we just farm it. And then, alright, they saved a ton of energy, but fortunately they have a Machamp here, and that's where Gallade shines here. Also, as you guys might have noticed, we're actually running Shadow Gallade here. It actually doesn't matter which, it matters a little bit in some matchups, but then the regular Gallade is better in some matchups as well. Well, this game we just have to make a catch here. Even when we didn't catch that, I think they have to throw all their energy, and then my Swampert was gonna mush shot it down. So we win with two. My opponent still had 2 shields up. Yeah, so I ended up having around 3350 MMR. I think that's where I ended with this team, and that should bring me around top 200 on the leaderboard. So this team is definitely great, even though it doesn't have XL Pokemon. Well, technically, let's just say that Kindra is not XL, right? So here we saw the Kindra safe swap. I go into Gallade here. I force 2 shields, or I win this matchup. I accept both outcome, and then they come out with the Skarmory, which Swampert is really good against. And now I just need to land 2 Hydro Cannons, or 2 more Hydro Cannons from here. But they're probably going to swap out. So they actually go into their own Shadow Swampert. Because I had so much energy loaded, I'm actually going to throw a bunch of energy before swapping out. So here I swap out. I just have to shield and EQ because an Earthquake will do the most damage here. My opponent actually goes for the Hydro Cannon, but it doesn't matter because they can't have a Hydro Cannon and an Earthquake. They only did around 10 mush shots. So I just farm it down. I'm out of shields, but I'm at full HP, almost full HP. We actually got an attack debuff as well. My opponent didn't shield it. I don't think it mattered getting the debuff because they have to go for a Brave Bird in order to KO us from here. And if they shielded, then our Swampert was going to take it. Also, if they didn't shield it, we're just going to mush shot it down. Or Dragon Breath's down there. Alright, against another Olo Ninetales. This lead is always tough because it just comes down to if your opponent gets a fast move through, right? So it looked like my opponent got 1 fast move through. It was really hard to tell, but I think he did. But we do win CMP here. So if they don't shield this one, I will shield once and farm it down. That's generally how I like to play. But if they shielded, then I just match shield once, and then I let my Swampert go. I will get 2 shields. All right, so they come out with the Machamp, regular Machamp. I just grab a shield because I can get off 2 Hydro Cannons. They generally don't shield the second one, but if they do, it's really good. So now I just accept the fate. I get farmed down, but I have Perfect Answer in the back. I'm 1 shield up, and I have Gallade versus their Machamp in the back. And they come back with a Dribblem against my Kindra, which I'm just not going to shield, and I'm just trying to make this Dribblem really, really low. He has to throw all their energy in order to KO my Kindra here. Well, he has to throw an Icy Wind, so I just don't attack here because I don't want their Machamp to get extra farm. That's why I stop attacking there. I know they're not going to get to another move, right? So that's why. Alright, so I shield a cross chop just in case they have a payback. It was a non-shadow, so it's possible that they don't have they have a payback. But yeah, my opponent had no energy on the Dribblem, and it was gonna die to 1 confusion, right? This is terrible lead. I think I should actually stay in, but I swapped out here. I'm gonna tank 2 Leaf Blades probably. I get off this Octazooka, which will get a shield, or we take it out. So I think I just accept this. Oh, they actually farm me down. That's actually terrible because now they have a ton of energy. I think this game is where I make a misplay. Yeah, so they come out with Galvantula. What I should do is throw my close combat to KO this Galvantula, or I swap out. Alright, that is why that was a terrible play. Because I should go for the close combat, and then maybe I can decide if I want to swap out based on if they shield or not. I think that just lost me the game, really. Because now I have to shield against this Surfetched, because they threw the Brave Bird, and they're 1 shield up, and they have a Talonflame, and I think this is game over. If I were to stay there and get a shield on this Talonflame with my Gallade, I might have won this one when they came out with the Galvantula. But yeah, I made a huge misplay. Alright, here we're against Alolan Ninetales yet again. Such an interesting matchup. It's all decided based on fast moves. Alright, they actually sack swap into a Jellicent. Pretty good play. They got an extra bubble on the swap, so he's at 4 bubbles. I'm going to try to make a sack. No, never mind. I'm just going to swap into Kindra right away. They do have a Shadow Ball here, and they need 4 more bubbles for the next one, I believe. And we should barely survive. Because obviously we have pretty good IVs on our Kindra, and now I'm just gonna go for this Outrage, which should KO. So we take that win with 2 shield advantage here. Now I'm gonna go into my Swampert. I'm just trying to land 1 Hydro Cannon. My opponent is absolutely loaded here, right? He has so much energy. My opponent has such a strong team with Alolan Ninetales and the Jellicent. Personally, I think that's probably one of the strongest core here in this league. Alright, so perfectly, we got a perfect CMP. That means I could definitely get a little bit more farm, and I could save that shield for my Gallade here, which is very, very nice. Alright, they got off another Weather Ball, so I have to throw in 2 more, and hopefully I can take out whatever's in the back. My guess is a Politoed, and then they're going to outpace me to a move. That is the case. Politoed is such a dumb Pokemon. It gets to a Weather Ball every 4 Must Shots, and it's able to take me out here. Even though I had such a good energy lead. Yeah, unfortunately we weren't able to take it. Alright, next game we have Swampert versus Machamp. I played this differently. So at the beginning I swap out immediately because it's not a great matchup for my Swampert, but the creator of this team, I'm not sure about creator, but the person who told me to run this team was actually in my chat when I was streaming. I was not having fun with Blaziken. It was not doing well for me, and then this this person in chat, whose Twitch name was CynixPKMN, he suggested this team, so I decided to try it out, and it worked out really well. But he said he liked to stay in as a Swampert versus a Machamp and just get shield advantage. Alright, here we have Galley to farm down the Obama Snow. They actually came out with Machamp, and for some reason I swapped out. But this is fine. I think this might be a safer play because I can either get the shield or we take this Machamp out, and then they still have to face my Swampert as the Talonflame. They have to throw energy to KO me as well. So now I can just farm it down and then get one close combat in order to take out the Talonflame. So I think it was a fine play, but the better play was probably just farm down that Machamp when they swap into into my Gallade. But yeah. Alright, good game. Alright, against Talonflame lead. Oh, this is a game where I massively misplayed, but they have 2 Charmers in the back, and this is looking pretty impossible, right? Because they have 2 Charmers, right? This is looking really, really terrible. I have to take it out. It's hard to... So I was thinking they must have another Charmer. Maybe a little Ninetales with Charm or with Powder Snow, but I was already thinking this game was probably going to be over. So yep, they come out with the Ninetales with Charm. I should have gone for the Earthquake. If I went for the Earthquake, that would have been so much better. But then if it got shielded, that would be really bad for me, right? So I come out with my Gallade. I get off this Leaf Blade, hoping that this will get no shield, but it got shielded. I absolutely cannot shield this because if I shield this, they're just going to get a Brave Bird, right? So now I farm it down. I still have a chance here. If they shield this and then I go for the Outrage, it's possible that I take it out. And I got the attack fell. So I have to shield this. There's probably the Flame Charge, and then he's 2 more away. I could get to this Outrage right here, but for some reason, I went for this Octazooka, which does way less damage than my Outrage. So my Outrage would have KO'd this Talonflame, and I would have won this game. But unfortunately, that was a misplay I made. I almost beat a double Charm team with my team that's double weak to Charm. Alright, Empoleon lead. Again, the creator of this team, well, the person that, I don't know who created this team, but he told me that I should always try to catch the move with my Kindra because they almost always throw the Hydro Cannon. But they actually swapped out there. I just go for the EQ, get a shield, and now I go into my Gallade. I make the same play. I think I just let this go. Okay, I do let this go. Because we do survive one Octazooka, and we take it out. We still have a Leaf Blade stored. But we didn't get it off against Dragonite. That was really bad. That could actually mattered, because now it's going to be a little bit harder to farm this Dragonite down. We definitely could still win though, because we're against Empoleon, and if we get this debuff, we could probably get to the Earthquake. Okay, we do get the debuff. I should swap out here. This is definitely a mistake by me. I'm trying to farm up to a move and then swap out. I should swap out here. Oh god. Alright, that's another misplay. I had way too much energy stored, and now I'm against a Empoleon. Wait, it's actually fine because I had so much energy stored on my Swampert, so them farming, them throwing energy allows me to farm it down with my Swampert, and I was gonna get to 2 Hydro Cannons to take out the Dragonite in the back. Alright, never mind. Not a misplay. Alright, here we're against a Swampert Mirror. Swampert Mirror matchups, I like to chip it and then try to catch a Hydro Cannon if possible. But here we lost CMP, and I should have thrown earlier. But because I lost CMP, I'm going to stay in just a while longer. I had to give up a shield, and I'm going to throw here. He's 1 away, so I'm going to try to catch the Hydro Cannon. Actually, they didn't shield, so I just must shot it down, which is really good for me. And they actually have a Charizard in the back. Okay, so now I'm thinking they might have 2 Fire-type Pokemon in the back. And I think I make a huge misplay. I get off another Hydro Cannon. It gets shielded again. I go into my Gallade, and I think I don't shield this. Oh, this is going to be the misplay. I have to take out this Charizard with my Gallade, because Charizard with energy actually beats a Kindra, like pretty easily, as you guys are going to see. So that was one. He's going to get off another one here. I tried to farm it down, but if I threw the Hydro if I threw the Octazooka, it might be a little bit better. They had a Galvantula in the back, so now it's pretty much game over because I'm way too low. So that was just a huge misplay. I played that pretty much every, like the worst way possible, and made me lose the game. So again, here against Machamp, I'm still playing the way that I used to play, but I changed the way I play, as you guys are going to see in the future. So they come out with Empoleon. They got the Crush. They only did 4 waterfalls here, and they got a Drill Peck off. Okay, that was a little bit weird. So we just get a Octazooka here, trying to get a debuff. We do get a debuff that's really, really good. That allows me to farm a lot of energy with my Swampert because I don't have to shield a Hydro Cannon now. And I'm just going to build up so much energy. Okay, I'm going to throw this Hydro Cannon to finish off this Empoleon just before they get to the next Hydro Cannon. So now I have another almost 2 Hydro Cannons stored, so I can get a lot of shields here. This team is all about getting shield advantage, right? So that your Gallade can hopefully finish in the end game. Now I go into my Gallade. I'm going to shield 1 just to preserve some health in case they have a Dragonite in the back. So they actually had a Stunfisk, which will die to this close combat. So 4 confusions plus what close combat generally will KO Galarian Stunfisk. But if it's best buddy level 51, I think you need 1 more confusion, which is really scary. Alright, Stunfisk lead. Stunfisk lead is generally tough for me because their backline could be a really bad, could be bad for me. So like Kindra, I don't have a good answer to a Kindra, right? I'm gonna try to maintain switch in the 1 shield because I do outpace, but in the 2 shields they can actually shield and farm me down because I'm Shadow. So now they have switch advantage, which is not great. But what I'm gonna try is to farm this Kindra down. I'm thinking they might have a Venusaur in the back, so I'm gonna get an energy lead with my Kindra. If they have a Venusaur, it's gonna be really tough. They go into their Stunfisk. I'm looking to get a debuff here. I should shield the first move, but I think I make a misplay by not shielding because this is gonna do the most damage, right? And they never bait the first one, generally. And now by doing that, I kind of allow my opponent to go for Rock Slides now. But I still have a win condition by swapping to my Swampert and catch him off guard with a Hydro Cannon. But he had Altari in the back. I'm just trying to chip it down with my Hydro Cannon, and I do have an Outrage stored. If I get it off, I can win this. But my opponent got 2 Dragon Breaths through on the swapping here, and I think that allowed him to had enough energy to get the Sky Attack, and they were able to win because they got 2 free Dragon Breaths on our swapping. It still was very close. It was really tough though. It was Galarian Stunfisk and Double Dragon. Generally, Double Dragon teams are just pretty hard for this team to deal with. Fortunately, we see very less Double Dragons now because the XL Pokemon are just much better. Alright, here I'm going to shield once against the Alolan Ninetales. I always play the lead matchup out unless they swap out. I'm going to build up extra energy and then go for another Hydro Cannon. I misplayed that because I went for the CMP instead of throwing earlier. But this is okay. They come out with a Gengar. I'm definitely going to get a shield back here with the Hydro Cannon. And now I'm just going to go into my Kindra. The reason why I'm going to Kindra here is because I have 0 shield. My Gallade will die to 1 Shadow Punch. And with Kindra, I forced them to throw all their energy to KO my Kindra. So that allows my Gallade to get really safe 2 Confusion worth of farm. Because he wasn't gonna get to another Shadow Punch. So now my Kindra or my Gallade is having extra energy, so we took that out. And then they have a Machamp in the back. They have to go for this cross chop in order to take me out. Fortunately, we do have a Hydro Cannon stored in the back on our Swampert, and we were able to take this win. So yeah, good game. It was definitely very important for the Kindra to soak up all the damage for us, right? Alright, against a Kindra lead, so the person who told me to use this team, Cynics, He just said dare and outrage, because 90% of the time they're gonna go for the Octazooka. So that's what I'm doing here. I dare, outrage. We lag a little bit. That almost didn't let us throw the Earthquake, but we got it off the last second, and we snipe it down with our own Kindra, so that's really, really good. They're down a shield, so I think I actually shield once here, and then I'm looking to get the outrage off, because either I get the last shield or this Venusaur will get taken out. So they can't really overfarm too much here. I think they have to throw a move. Yep. And then they're going to build an extra energy. We almost get the Octazooka. That would be so crucial for us. But I don't think they're at 2 moves. So we just go into our Gallade. We shield once. Now we're at 0 shields. They have a Talonflame in the back. We got some lag. But we're able to throw this close combat. We should take it out. Almost take it out. Alright, now I swap out. Almost take it out. And my opponent gives up. So, good game. Alright, next up we're against a Dragonite. Terrible lead. I always save swapping to my Kindra. Because what I'm looking to do is chip down this Dragonite as much as I can. I do have to shield once. And now I just go for the Octazooka. Debuff would be really nice. If no debuff, that's also fine because he gets less farm. But with the debuff, he gets way more farm. So I just go into my Gallade because I can absorb all his energy that he got through the debuffed attacks. So the Rock Slide doesn't do too much with the debuff. And he goes for another one. We still survive it with our Gallade. Let's see. Do they come out with the Dragon? Or do they come out with a different Pokemon? They actually come out with Empoleon. Okay, I make another misplay. That I didn't go for the close combat. But it's fine because they shielded anyways. I have to shield this Hydro Cannon. I make a misplay here. I should go for Hydro Cannons. I should kill this Dragonite as fast as I can. Because like I need to KO it. And with just enough energy so that I can get an EQ in the back. But I wasn't sure if the Dragon Breath or the Waterfall was going to do more damage for Empoleon. So yeah, I think I should have KO'd the Dragonite because I think the Empoleon Waterfall would do less damage compared to the Dragon Breaths. So it was still very close. Alright, Stunfisk. It all depends on what they have in the back. They save swap into Machamp and I just have perfect answer in my Gallade. I'm going to no-shield this Rock Slide or Cross Chop. Doesn't matter. They come back in with the Stunfisk. They didn't do any energy, so I'm going to go for this close combat. Just when they can throw the Rock Slide. I should actually thrown it earlier just in case. So they take me out and the switch timer is not back up, so I farm down the Stunfisk. And now we see the Gallade in the back. So I think they tried to safe swap into a Gallade, but somehow it went into the Shadow Machamp, so it was pretty much game over. Alright, next up we have Swampert against Machamp. Okay, so I think now I stay in. Yeah, I listened to the person that recommended this team. I should stay in here and try to get off 2 Hydro and pressure shields. And also he doesn't like shield. He doesn't shield a Cross Chop, but I shielded a Cross Chop. I'm looking to get a shield back from this Empoleon. My opponent doesn't take the bait. If they don't shield, I'm going to keep throwing the Hydro Cannons, but they ended up shielding once. So now I can safely go into my Kindra. They're going to get a lot of farm from me. Well, they got a lot of farm from my Swampert, right? So they could actually get off those moves really fast. If they shield here, they might get off another move. Okay, they don't shield. That makes sense. Because now they can farm me down with the Machamp. I'm not going to get a Octazooka here. But what I can do here is come out with my Gallade and then just farm down. We got an extra confusion through. That's just great for me. They actually have a Gallade of their own. If they shield here, I go into my Swampert. I get off my other move. But they didn't shield, so now I just confusion down. And yeah, because I think I land another confusion here, I can just take it out. The Machamp, yep, GG. Even if they shield a Gallade, I can always go into my Swampert and then just get off my Hydro Cannon, right? Because I was 1 away, and that was a good game. Alright, again, Ninetales leads. really tough because it all depends on if they get an extra fast move, which they did. So now this is going to be a lot tougher. I think I don't shield. I never shield the first one because I have no reason to. I do survive it. So we got an extra one back. That's why I'm going to shield here, because now I know I will win CMP because of the fact that we got an extra one through. So now we're even energy. They got another one here. So I think I'm going to shield as well. They actually swap into Mana Buzz, which is terrible for me. Because now I'm thinking it's the very classic Hello Ninetales, Mana Buzz, and Politoed team, which arguably is the strongest team right now. Even if you like have triple hard counter against this team, it can still do so much damage against you. So it's not looking good. As you can see here, my Kindra is absolutely getting shredded. They have extra energy after taking out my Kindra. So I think I go into my Swampert and I try to farm a little bit more before throwing this Hydro Cannon, which is when they have a move as well. We take out this Mana Buzz. If it's Politoed, I think we lose. If it's not Politoed, we still have a chance. Okay, it's against the Galvantula. Alright, we do have a chance because we do survive a lunge. And then by getting off this close combat, we allow this this Galvantula to be really low that it dies to one more must shot. And now we just need to get off one more Hydro Cannon in order to take down this old Ninetales, and we end up winning that game. It was super close though, still very tough. Whenever you're playing against Triple XL, it's always tough because they have very strong stat product. Alright, this one is tough. When they safe swap into a Gallade, generally you have to stay. You have to chip it down a little bit before you swap out with your Swampert. So here, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to land at least one Hydro Cannon, but my opponent is making pretty good play here by no shielding my moves. I have to give up another shield here, and I'm going to land a Hydro Cannon, and then I'm looking to try to snipe it with my Kindra, because they can't swap out just yet, and then we're able to take it out. So now we still have a decently healthy Swampert, because it can still survive a Rock Slide from here, I believe, with my Swampert, and it will outpace the opponent Stunfisk to the Hydro Cannon. So my opponent obviously comes out with Stunfisk, but he went for... Alright, so here I go for the Octazooka. The reason why is because they can CMP time my Outrage, but by going for this Octazooka, I have a chance of debuffing it, so that my Gallade survives a Frenzy Plant from here, which it does because of that debuff. So I had to go for that, and now I just need to land this close combat. My opponent had a Rock Slide here, I think, but it probably doesn't matter at this point because the Rock Slide doesn't even KO my Gallade from there. Alright, this is another tough lead. Umbreon. Umbreon is such a tank. It beats pretty much every Pokemon that doesn't counter Umbreon because of its stat product, and also its movesets are very spammy. Also does a lot of damage. Right, he gets to a move every 4 and 3 Snarls. So I'm definitely gonna lose this matchup with my Swampert. But I'm just looking to actually swap out here. Okay, that's interesting. I'm looking to tank some energy from this Umbreon and then hopefully farm it down. That should come out with the Gallade. So I go for this debuff before they get a move off. Okay, I think I make a really good play here by shielding. Yeah, because I have 2 low health Pokemon here, but in the back, by shielding there, I allow the Dragon Breath's damage to bring this Gallade really low, so that I can farm down with my own Gallade just barely before they get to the next Leaf Blade, because we shielded there. So I think that was a good play. So now they have a Talonflame. I go for a close combat, does a ton of damage, and now I go into my Swampert. I look to get a CMP tie against their Talonflame because they did 2 Incinerates, which is 5 must shots for our Swampert. We did get a CMP tie, and now I think we can just barely farm this Talonflame down, and we come out with a close combat. And that should be enough to take out this low health Umbreon, and we won with the shield advantage. So I think the shielding against the Gallade, even though they outpaced me, it was still very crucial just for the health. Alright, we're against a Roserade. They actually come out with a what's it, the Pokemon? Stunfisk? Yeah, Galarian Stunfisk. I bait with the Leaf Blade once. I think I should no shield this because I already got a shield advantage. But somehow we lost the CMP there because they did 2 mush shots, which is to my 1 confusion, but that's alright. So I'm gonna throw my Hydro Cannon. I'm gonna build up a ton of energy. Hopefully with a Hydro Cannon and a Earthquake from 1 more mush shots so that we can threaten the Roserade, which is a good counter against me. I get up this Earthquake, which brings it really low. They're at a Weather Ball. They actually have a XL Probopass, which is a huge counter to my Kingdra, right? We didn't get the debuff either, but it's a Rock Throw, so it generates energy way slower. Wow, this is going to be so close. But they do have a Weather Ball stored, so that means I can't shield anything here. We get the last shield, so if we can farm down this Probopass, we could definitely still win. They do have a move here stored. I'm gonna try to farm it down. Oh my god, they swap into Roserade on the and they caught the damage from my from my Mashot, and I think it KO'd the Roserade, and we ended up winning that. Okay, that was super close. Ooh, this game. So Ferrothorn beats my entire team, and I think I'm at a really bad situation, right? We see the Dribblum come out, which is a good counter against my Gallade. They're at 6 hexes, so I actually decided to shield here because I'm thinking that I can actually farm this down 2, 3, and we were able to do it because there were the confusion damage from Gallade just too much. Here I think I should have baited, but I went for the close combat right away. I'm hoping my opponent doesn't shield for whatever reason, but my opponent double shielded, so I'm gonna swap out into my Kingdra. Because getting farmed down there was probably the worst thing that could happen to me. They actually had a Blaziken in the back. I'm gonna land this Octazooka, hoping to take it out, or just Dragon Breaths it down afterwards. That's even better. My opponent is farming me all the way. I think he had 100 energy here, and that's where I misplay because I thought he was not at 100 when he threw, so he should be at well, he actually wasn't at 100, but he was 1 away here, which means I should swap there, trying to catch the Power Whip, and that was my only win condition, but I did not see it, so we ended up losing this game. But we could definitely won that if we caught the Power Whip on our Gallade, which is fine. So here, I listened to the person who told me to run this team to catch this Hydro Cannon, which is what I do here. I catch this Hydro Cannon. And they're actually staying with their Empoleon, which is very unusual. I'm obviously going to no-shield the Tropex because they don't do too much damage. Excuse me. And because their Empoleon is low enough where Outrage will KO, I just go for the Outrages. If they want to shield it, that's fine. I'll take the shield advantage. And I think I might go into my Swampert here. They actually have a Gudra, which is one of the new Pokemon. So I just land a Earthquake here, which will do a lot of damage. And now I'm looking to farm this all the way down. They're going for a Muddy Water. Okay, fortunately we didn't get a debuff and we farmed this all the way down. So now I'm thinking they might have double dragons, right? Which means they actually came out with the Empoleon, which just ended up giving me more farm. And it does turn out that they have a Shadow Dragonite. So all I need to do is land to close combat, chip it down just enough so that my Swampert can finish off this Shadow Dragonite. And we're able to take that win. Alright, this game, I played against this person a couple times, so I know this person's team. And I know that I make a huge misplay here going to my Gallade. And I tried to CMP tie here, which was even worse because now we basically have no energy for the Pokemon in the back. That was such a terrible play by me. And now we gave up a shield. I know they have Shadow Machamp in the back because I also should go for close combat because it does way more damage. But for some reason, I went for the Leap Blade. My opponent got a move here to KO me. But yeah, so they come out with the Machamp. I'm hoping that they don't shield this. At least one of them. So I go for another Hydro Cannon. They actually throw a move here, which is really good for me. That means I can no shield, because I do survive one cross chop, and then I get off a Hydro Cannon. And now they're out of shields, so all I have to do is trying to get to the Octazooka. I'm gonna shield the first one in case they'll go for a Rock Slide first, but it was just a cross chop. Now this could be a Rock Slide because it does more damage. It's just another cross chop. So we get off this Octazooka, we take out this Machamp, and now we have a chance to take out this Talonflame, right? They get off a move here, but they're still 2 away from the next Flame Charge, which meant that my Swampert was going to outpace it, but it actually didn't even kill my Kingdra, so we just took that Pokemon out with our Kingdra there, and we're able to take the win. So yeah, this team, I think that's all the battles. This team is really, really good, in my opinion. As you guys saw, that I made a ton of misplay, but we still ended up winning. A lot of times, just because the power of Gallade in the finishing position, a lot of times, right? Because if you have shield advantage, or if they're out of shields and you have energy on your Gallade, you can just sweep an entire team in the end. Obviously, it's very risky to play because you have Pokemon that are very, very squishy, right? But yeah, as you guys can see, we actually got pretty high on the with our MMR. Ended 33-45 with this team, so definitely give it a try. You don't need the XL Kingdra. I just have it because I don't have I never built a Kingdra before, and if I remember correctly, like the best Kingdra is actually around like 0-15-15, and that's only like 1 level above 40, so it's like level 41 or something like that. But yeah, it's not an expensive XL Pokemon to build, but it's very, very strong. And then you have the Swampert in the lead, which can handle a lot of Pokemon, even against a losing lead. Like Shadow Dragonite actually dies to almost 2 Hydro Cannons. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the battles. Let me know what you think of this team or the battles, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in my next video.